Tipperary give championship starts to 3 players. Cathal Barrett and James Barry operate on the right-hand side of Tip's defence, while Niall O'Mara is at corner forward. And the only change from the league final sees Gearóid Ryan get the wing forward berth in place of Dennis Marr. Meanwhile, the defending Munster champions Limerick begin this match with 13 of the players who started last summer against Cork. In addition, Shane Dowling and Kevin Downs came on as subs in that Munster final win. Seamus Hickey, then a half forward, today returns at cornerback. The UCC student, controlled by Gearóid Ryan, trying to dodge past Paul Brown. Difficulty in there. In as well came Shawnee Tobin, and the referee saw it dragged down.
Off his head as well, but the umpires didn't call in the referee on that occasion.
This is taken here by Shane Dowling, looking to try and give Limerick a score from this one, and at the third attempt, third attack, finally a score, a point. Tip trying to mount a first attack in haste here. Turning and twisting here. Final shot in there by John O'Dwyer. Bubbles hits it to the left. Looking to try and double Limerick's lead. Comes back to him. Hannon's shot. Stopped well. Darren Gleeson would be very, very pleased with that. Out it comes as far as Michael Cahill. And Cahill soloing away. Challenged strongly. In there goes James Barry. Back out it comes once again. Little hand pass out as far as Cahill once more. Laying it in here. Nice control this time by Noel McGrath. Finding the unmarked player across over there. And that one has gone over the bar. Beautiful point by Gearóid Ryan, the man who's come back into the team. Had a couple of games late in the league campaign. Of course, a strong link with the All-Ireland winning team of 4 years ago. Good vision by Noel McGrath.
Yeah, and that's it, Jared. I'm just saying that Noel McGrath, great first touch, and he looked.
Questions being asked here of that Tipperary half-back line, and again there's a foul there committed. 2013. Looks slim, looks trim, looks eager for the action, and he puts that one over. 2 in a row.
But JJ is one of the greatest defenders of all time. But it's a big year for Seamus Callan, a fantastic talent, but he has to do it on the big day, and that's in Championship hurling.
24th championship match today for him. This to tie it up in the early stages of the Munster semi-final. Doesn't make any mistake. So the free takers are certainly on their game. Only 1 point for McCarthy. Poor clearance, straight as far as James Barry. Back it comes diagonally here. Nicely collected here by Niall O'Mara, one of the debut players from 45 metres out. Has a go. First shot, first point. Tipperary lead, 3-2.
Yeah, that's a great score. Niall O'Mara, another big find during the league. Won that ball and moved into the centre. You can see there, and shortened up his grip, and a lovely score. And that 2-man full forward line, Jared, beginning to look ominous in there. Lovely catch there by Bonner Maher there, and fed Seamus Callan, who was very well blocked down by Seamus Hickey.
Quaid's puck out, 45 metres out from the tip goal, well gathered in by Declan Hannon. Mara, and McNamara drives it in towards the 20-metre line. In there towards Kevin Downs, haven't seen anything of him so far, prodded away by Michael Cahill, and the referee has whistled, and there's a loose pull there, and the referee is going to give a free in. Have a look at this once more.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't Michael Cahill. He had all eyes on the ball. Just if you watch Pádraig Maher here, he chopped down there in the shoulder of Graham Mulcahy, and very
coming from play. This to be his third pointed free of the match, and to level the game from the 20-metre line. No trouble whatever. 3 in a row. Nearly 12 minutes are gone.
Here, it's a long way out, but he's very good at these.
So 2 in last Sunday's match, converted from the sideline. Not with this first one anyway. He wasn't too far away. It's spectacular from a crowd point of view. I know the coaches are probably saying afterwards, "Oh, why didn't he keep it in play?" I know,
but that's what we all, when they're scored, we say they're great. But generally, it's not the
Right as far as James Ryan. Neither one thing nor the other. Now can Limerick make Tipperary pay for that error? All the way in, dropped by Pádraig Maher, picked up instead by Declan Hannon. Hannon is still going, and the referee has blown his whistle. And that good work by Declan Hannon as Brendan.
Declan Hannon has to come out now from inside the 21.
It's been taken anyway, and what a goal! A 5th ever goal in the championship. 1-3 to 3 points. Scored after 17 minutes. An absolute bullet in past the goalkeeper, Darren Gleeson, and Paddy Marr. Well, when you think about it, Paddy Marr's...
That was caused by an unforced error. There was no pressure on him. But technically, the free was all over the place. There was players all inside the 21. It should have been, to me, it should have been retaken. But a great strike by Shane Dowling.
Declan Hannon was certainly inside, you're quite right. Out as far as Kevin Downs, and Kevin Downs adds a point to Limerick's tally. His first score, his first opportunity to get on the ball, and they're enjoying it up there.
And that's Limerick's first score from play. 17 minutes in. Kevin Downs, who's all the ability in the world, and just flicks that over the bar. Nice simple score. Good work again by Graham Mulcahy.
This time Tipperary goes short. Out here as far as Brendan Marr. Now incrementally trying to work it in there towards Calnan. Bonner Marr is still inside there. This time it's won by Tom Comden. And away, finally out of trouble. Big one down towards Downs. Runs on. Graham Mulcahy's in there as well, lurking. Michael Cowell is back with Tipperary. Storming out. Flicking the little hand pass back here. Quick adjustment of positioning for Paddy Marr, and Paddy Marr under pressure gets it away beyond Noel McGrath. On as far as Garroyd Ryan. Little block on it there by Gavin O'Mahony. Picked up by Wayne McNamara with difficulty. Back by Gavin O'Mahony here as far as James Ryan. Ryan takes off past the 65-metre line. Looking around, he was looking for his options, couldn't find one, ran into Shane McGrath, and McGrath stands firm until into the back comes Wayne IT student. Deep inside his own 65-metre line. Well, he's given it everything he's got. He's got the direction, the accuracy, and he's put it over the bar. It was a good decision to bring him that far out to hit that one in. That was about, let me see, about 90 metres out.
That's a huge strike, Ger, and been down before the game. The wind is changing, but that would be slightly into the wind if it's still the same as it was earlier.
When you and I were down earlier doing a little piece here, the wind was actually changing direction, wasn't it, from time to time?
James Ryan is on the ball so much, it's unbelievable in the middle of the field.
Alongside Paul Brown here, back out as far as Paddy O'Brien. Slipped in, this should be cut out. A little bit of hesitation initially, and then in came Michael Cahill. Not a good clearance, however, gives it away under severe pressure. Into the breach came Graham Mulcahy, the 24-year-old from Kilmallock.
Michael Cahill playing well. Here's Shane Dowling now. It's over the bar again.
Yep.
But Michael Cahill doing very well in the corner, but Graham Mulcahy is putting fierce pressure on him and everyone else. And
this was the foul that resulted in the penalty a little while ago.
I think it was an arm. Conor Manley grabbed him by the arm before that.
We did see that earlier, yeah. This is diagonally across here towards Calden. Needs to impose himself on this. That's a good ball. Oh, almost worked out. It was Bergen, and now it's Bonner Marr. Bonner Marr! The one man you can depend upon, the man who's in form, the man who's been selected to play on the inside forward line. And some 4 minutes after the Shane Dowling goal, there was consternation at the back. Calnan set it up, lovely little ball in, cut out initially there by Paul Brown, but not cleared, and Bonner Marr with dogged determination from an angle knocked it in past Nicky Quaid.
Jerry had a lot to do still, and it was a great goal, but surely he should have been hooked. There was 3 men on him.
Somehow he got through, and it's 1-5 to 1-4. Midway
conceded 1 point from open play.
Another 1 point scored by Kevin Downs. So his colleague, former schoolmate, Dowling once again. Shane Dowling, 1-5 so far. This a little bit further out. Oh, he's really in the rhythm at this stage, isn't he? Goal and sing player from Adair, 4th championship season. He's still only 21. Didn't do terribly well with the line ball, but gets it back from James Ryan. Fires it off his left-hand side and fires it accurately between the uprights. His first point of the match. It may have been a poorly taken sideline ball, but my God, he was on for it straight away afterwards.
Yeah, James Ryan gave a lovely little hand pass back, and Declan Hannon going through. And, you know, that's simple for him. He's a fantastic young hurler and a great score.
Well, they should be full of confidence now at this stage, with Dowling, Downs, Hannon all getting among the scorers. This is Tom Comden, shouldered out.
It's okay if he puts this over grand, but if he doesn't, you know, it's a mistake.
It's his third one. Goes short. This time links up with O'Dwyer, and Bubbles fires it over. Second point for John O'Dwyer. Down into the corner, 1 against 3. And again, sweeping back, Brendan Marr, collecting a lot of ball, delivering back in, making the Limerick Backs work hard. Bonnermar being pursued by Wayne McNamara. Bonnermar's got one goal already, laying it up towards Callan, trying to settle it up for himself. The referee's blown his whistle. It's going to be a free from 20 metres out. Great run by Bonnermar again.
Absolutely, Ger takes it on, and he only knows one way. He heads straight for the goals. He's probably fouled here just now. The ref lets it he lets it go on a little bit, but he's seen coming in there and giving the free just a little.
Today playing his 24th championship match. The Tipperary fans are sensing he might just go for it.
Yeah, I think he's shaping like he's going to.
You think he'll put it
tap
over?
it over?
So a goal or a point, which is it to be? Yep, point. 2 points the margin, 1-8 to 1.
Turn back, he had all the time in the world, but he rushed his shot and just put it out by the far post.
Well, 4 minutes to go to half time. It's a great catch by Kevin Downs. He's away. Can they stop him? Kevin Downs. Oh, in came the block there. Paddy Marr came across and made it in. Actually, Shane Dowling who got it.
Well, it's a dangerous way of giving the yellow card. He's a long way away from him.
Yeah, he was.
But I'm sure he'll remind him the next time he's up beside him.
Seamus Callan's got to take this anyway, and this will put 1 point between the teams. 3 for Callan so far.
Yeah.
Towards himself. Winning it back, however, is the darting Gavin O'Mahony. And Gavin O'Mahony looking for a free, didn't get anything. Play continues. Pressure on Richie McCarthy once again as Callan knocks it down to himself. Goes after this chance and finishes with some style. Teams are level for the 4th time. Seamus Callan's 4th point of this match. He won the duel this time against Richie McCarthy and then set himself up beautifully, and it's his 4th point, the first to come from open play.
Yeah,
One apiece.
Great score, Jared, but I thought Gavin O'Mahony was fouled down the far end of the field. He took the ball.
They'll be a bit frustrated because they got such a bonus from all those frees they got. Shane Dowling, as I said, scoring 1 goal and 6 out of it, and yet they're only all squared in the match. They didn't take the full advantage of it.
Yeah, and I think the lads said beforehand as well, they have the breeze. But look, they started the match, they made all the running, they picked off a few points. I think Tip were finding it hard to get to grips with them. But I think the Tip 2 cornerbacks have done really well. They followed their men wherever they went. But out the field, Limerick were winning all the breaks. I think we've seen James Ryan, Donald O'Grady picking up a lot of ball out there and trying to pick out their men. But you know, when you win that much possession and you do get a nice cushion there, as I said, we got 1-5 from frees. You'd have to say you have to nail that home, and they probably haven't. So now, against the run of play, you'd definitely say Tip are the happier going in at half time to have a draw match when it looks as if they were completely over. You'd be disappointed with Tip at the start. They just weren't competing hard enough. They weren't flying into the tackles hard enough. But to be fair to them, they've done what has been asked of them, and they've clawed back a draw at half time. They'll be definitely pleased, the happier of both teams going in at half time.
Sarah Farrell, your
And Noel McGrath 13, Seamus Callan 14 and Niall O'Mara at 15.
The last time that Limerick scored in this match was in the 26th minute. The last 4 scores have all been Tipperary scores. And James Ryan once again launching this one. Huge one up towards Kevin Downs. Winning this, however, is Pádraig Marr. And Pádraig Marr will be, I'm sure, fired up for the second 35 minutes of action here. Once again, James Ryan has been the most influential of all the midfield players on view. I think Tipperary missing James Woodlock in particular. He's out with a virus. That's one back there by Niall O'Mara, hand passing it. Eventually it goes off the stick of Noel McGrath, nearly into the path of Gearóid Ryan. Back it comes, Kieran Bergen trying to get loose, aware that he might be hooked. Lovely ball inside here as far as Gearóid Ryan. Gearóid Ryan scores! Wonderful goal. 2 minutes into the second half, and Gearóid Ryan getting Tipperary's second goal of this match. But where was the covering here?
Yeah, Jared, but it was a fantastic ball in by Kieran Bergen. But Gearóid Ryan, there was nobody on him, but he ran about 50 yards. I was watching him off the ball, and he made a great run, hoping that the ball might come his way, and a brilliant finish. And that's a great start to the second half by Tipperary.
2-8 to 1-8. Gearóid Ryan's second ever time to find the net. Was determined, made sure of it. Out as far as Paul Brown. Limerick need to get the next score. Back out it comes once again. They've got possession this time. The hand pass in here as far as the flying midfielder, and that's beautifully over. Paul Brown, his first.
Yeah, Jared, fantastic play by Seamus Hickey there, came out in front and ball out to Paul Brown. He was outstanding, I thought, in last year's championship and started again well today. Went a bit quiet, but that's a great score now, and that'll settle him. But Seamus,
they need this one, and he is able to provide it. before the goalkeeper Nicky Quaid came out and got a very good clearance away as far as James Ryan, totally unmarked. 1 against 3. 3 Limerick players there. Donald O'Grady has it, looks up at the target, fires it in and fires it over. How about that for rallying play by the captain?
Well, Gerard, that's the score of the game so far. Tip had a great chance of a goal down the far end, but Nicky Quaid won it. Lovely ball out to James Ryan, he carried it, and Donald O'Grady from the middle of the field. And if a captain ever got a score to lift the team, and you hear the crowd now from Limerick behind him, all square again. Just watch Nicky Quaid here.
That's where it started. They level for the 5th time in this Munster semi-final, live on the Sunday game, coming to you from Semple Stadium. Once again, James Ryan in as far as O'Grady. He's got one, fancies another one, letting fly, he can't miss. 2 in a row. Limerick back in front.
And Gerard, tactically, Brendan Maher trying to stay deep, but he's way away from Donald O'Grady. And that's a brilliant strike, low and into the wind over the bar. But you can see Brendan Maher straight away calling back his midfielders. But Kieran Bergen is miles away from James Ryan, and he's miles away from Donald O'Grady. He's neither one place or the other.
Back come Tipperary, and once again it is Niall O'Mara. O'Mara back as far as John O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer off his left-hand side, looking to fire it over, but yes, it has got over. Referee's whistle went, and it was signalling that it's a good score. A third for John O'Dwyer. One student getting the pass to the other, and in the end John O'Dwyer, the CIT man, putting it over, making it 2-9 to 1-12, or 15 points apiece.
And a great example, Gerard, with only holding the hurl at half grip there, and he's over the bar from 40 yards out.
This time it runs on towards O'Grady again, kicks it forward this time, struggling to keep it in play, does well, full of determination and heart. Needed to get rid of it. Brendan Maher, his marker, is back there, he's under pressure. Pressure from Graham Mulcahy. Finally it's James Barry for Tipperary, and a hurried clearance under pressure, getting the stick to it was Seamus Hickey. That was vital, getting it back as far as his colleague Wayne McNamara, runs into a block. Really good wholehearted stuff there as Garrod Ryan came across to assist Patrick Bonner-Marr and make it % per team. Again up into the air, judging the breeze to perfection. 1-8 for Dowling, a real tour de force. Crowd enjoying it, certainly the Limerick fans here. Hearing huge numbers to see Limerick edge back into the lead again.
Yeah, an absolute exhibition of free taking here. You know, despite the fact a lot of the frees are bad discipline from Tipperary, but Shane Dowling absolutely brilliant with them so far.
This is Bergen laying it off here towards Noel McGrath, looking to get his first point of the match. It's a good time to get it, really good time to get it. Teams level for the 7th time. Noel McGrath was anticipating when this ball was knocked into his path, and he was racing forward here, beat the Limerick cover. Richie McCarthy came out to him.
Yeah, a lot more scores, Gerard, from open play. The game is really opening up now, and you know, who will this suit best?
Declan Hannon back as far as Paddy O'Brien, and the clearance is gathered in here by Brendan Maher. Tidy play as always, playing that sweeper's role, getting it away down. Touchdown by Tom Condon. Onto it here comes Paddy O'Brien into the unmarked James Ryan. Who is on James Ryan, you'd wonder? He's got an awful lot of ball this afternoon. Gavin O'Mahony raiding, beautifully placed into the path here of the other midfielder for Limerick. Paul Brown beats the attempted block, hits it just outside, but it was good teamwork up to that. McGrath gets back, covers well. Donald O'Grady now in with the challenge, breaks out as far as Michael Cahill, and Michael Cahill looks up, sees a totally unmarked Garrod Ryan. He's got room and space. He could have carried it another 20 metres. He didn't need to. He's got a goal and 2 points.
Well, Gerard, that's an absolutely brilliant passage of play. This second half is fantastic in my opinion so far. We saw Donald O'Grady and Brendan Maher up the wing, both of them all eyes on the ball. Michael Cahill came out, won it, and then up and back the field, and Garrod Ryan, as you say, had the confidence though just to over the bar with his first touch. A brilliant catch by Shane McGrath.
That was a brilliant hook as well by Richie McCarthy moments earlier. Back it comes here. Noel McGrath sends it in. Callan's got it. Stymied the last time. Going again. Richie McCarthy falls down, he looks up. Oh, he was trying to pick out Bonner-Marr, who was on the edge of the 20-metre line. Can go again here, makes an angle for himself. Back out here as far as John O'Dwyer, firing it over. Wonderful shot. 4 points by John O'Dwyer, made for him by Seamus Callan, and an injury to Niall O'Mara. This is Calden again here. He was trying to pick out Bonnermar initially. Finally found the man in the corner there, John O'Dwyer, and that's 2 points per game. So concern now for Niall O'Mara, whose brother, of course, Brian Buggy O'Mara, has played in the championship 8 or 9 times. Eamon O'Shea will be absolutely fired up like his opposite number, TJ Ryan. Here is again, Michael.
Here it is, Seamus Callan here. Watch him. And what happened there? A great block by Richie McCarthy, and I was watching the ball. Niall O'Mara went down there, clashed with Tom Condon. But you see the last couple of balls there, Seamus Callan
in the championship. Broken down here by Bonnermar. Hand passed in by John O'Dwyer. Fumbled initially and then hit away by James Barry. Callan's the target. Callan's the one who's got it. Onto his right hand side. Ooh, into the ground. Mischance. Credit. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Brown can't get it. Comes back out here. Cahill, number 4, trying to get it out. Limerick have it back. Paul Brown wriggling his way forward. Still Paul Brown going. Up against 3 Tipperary players, shrugging aside the challenge, needs to look up. He wins a free. At the end of all of that, I thought he'd lost his opportunity.
for 51 minutes.
Shane Dowling on 1-8 so far for the match. It's back to a 1-point game. Scores from plays so far, you can see 10 from 14, 5 from 15 for Limerick. But they have been kept going because of those Shane Dowling frees, and it has to be said, the frees that Tipperary have been conceding. They're both claiming it was their ball there. Tom Condon quite adamant. Linesman doesn't agree. He's got the say, and it's going to be a line ball for Tipperary, who are leading this match. He had a swing at it there, nobody touched it, and I think that's where the referee and linesman got it right.
Yeah, he threw it out over the line. Whether it was a hand on the back or not, it's another day's work.
Noel McGrath. They're not quite working. Missed opportunities. Sorry, it's not Noel McGrath. That was another man with a green helmet. John O'Dwyer went out to take it. Nicky Quaid pucking out. Should be Shane McGrath's. Back here as far as Bonnermar, and shouldered by Wayne McNamara. The tip man looking, wondering was it a foul, and the referee says he blew his whistle, I think. And
yeah. But the rule there is if you're running in the line of the ball, you can use the shoulder. If you're not, you can't. And the ball was going down the line. The two of them were going down the line. So to me, that was a fair shoulder.
And we're going to see a change very shortly now for Tipperary. I can tell you that Lar Corbett is being prepared. This line ball back in here as far as Noel McGrath, and that is off target. It was offline from the word go. Stays a 1-point game with Tipperary edging it. Lar is needed.
Jared, sorry, Jared, go ahead.
Lar Corbett coming on for his 54th championship match. Listen to the roar. In the past he scored 4-9 against Limerick.
Yeah, Jared, and the game loosening up now with 20 minutes to go. And he's gone in on Tom Condon, who's a fantastic man marker, but with the game loosening up, will he break onto one of those balls? And a goal from Lar now would lift the whole crowd and lift Tipperary, but he won't have it easy on Tom Condon in there. So
Lar, number 23, is in the action.
And Ger, very interesting now, Noel McGrath and Seamus Hickey marking him right out in the middle of the field. And you know, Seamus Hickey is not the type of cornerback that you bring out around the middle of the field. He's very pacey, and I wonder will that backfire on tip.
Well, Limerick played him, of course, last year as a half forward, as that is floated in there, but it's a poor one. But it's the time of the game now when the two managers are obviously thinking about vital changes that could just edge this match one way or the other. We're down in towards the last quarter of an hour. Lar hoping to make an impact. Didn't appear at all in the league because of injury. This one is taken down by Wayne McNamara on as far as the very mobile James Ryan has starred throughout this game. Fired this one diagonally across. It's cut out by Cahill Barrett. It's had a very good debut. Started here in the league against Waterford back in February. Nicely on this time as far as John O'Dwyer, and O'Dwyer lets it drop short. Nicky Quaid placing it to Paddy O'Brien, ready to take off past Niall O'Mara. Little hand pass from Hickey. Back it comes again as far as O'Brien. Limerick trailing by a point. Dowling's in there and coming across and reading it superbly is Brendan Marble. I think he may well have damaged the leg there. It looked like he pulled a muscle as he was coming across. And I think it's not Brendan Murray. It looks like it's Michael Cahill. It was Cahill.
It is Michael Cahill, yeah. What a cornerback he is, though, George. He's having a fantastic game. Here's Bonner now, right down the middle.
Bonner with 1 goal so far, looking for another one. Can he make it? Stopped, missed completely there by Lar Corbett, picked up by Richie McCarthy and fired out into the wings as far as Paddy O'Brien. And O'Brien looks up, tries to place it, caught in well by Declan Hannon. Hannon with 1 point in the first half, in as far as the highly influential James Ryan. Ryan, big one forward towards Shane Dowling, who's in now at full forward, in against Paddy Marr in a switch. Swings it across towards Kevin Downs, who's out on the half-forward line. Well, they have a telepathic understanding of will it result in anything out of this. They've gone the long route towards it. Downs shortens to go from the stick and puts it over the bar. Point in each half for Kevin Downs. Teams are level for the 8th time. It's rip-roaring at Semple Stadium.
What a score. Where it started again, Patrick Bonnermar right up the middle, had a goal chance. Lar pulled on thin air, and Richie McCarthy comes out, starts to move right up the field, and a brilliant crossfield ball by Shane Dowling. And Kevin Downs still had plenty to do in a brilliant score. There's Lar nearly hit himself.
Puck out by Tipperary, all the way down, cut out by Gavin O'Mahony. One, however, by Noel McGrath. Looks up, sees where Shane McGrath is. It's stolen away by James Ryan. Playing brilliantly. Little hand pass outside here as far as Kevin Downs, and he can't keep it in play. Line ball to Tipperary. It's so intense. Kieran Bergen ready to take it.
Sorry, George, like the pace has never left this game since the start. If anything, it's getting faster, and the room up front is beginning to open up a little bit. I expect another goal now shortly.
Kieran Bergen hitting it in, broken down by Wayne McNamara. Again, it's James Ryan. There's only one James Ryan on the field, but it seemed like there are 2 or 3. That's caught in well, that time by Brendan Marr. Michael Cahill, about whom I had a concern a little while ago, it looks like he's running freely now again, all the way in over the head of Niall O'Mara. Lar Corbett on his return, can't touch it. He's appealing that it should be a 65, but it is wide, and the cheer you're hearing is by and large a Rye cheer from the Limerick fans after Lar was closed out by Tom Comden. Puck out the result. Here at the other end, problems for Cathal Barrett to deal with. Shane Dowling in there as well as Graham Mulcahy. He hasn't scored so far. Neither of the Limerick quarter forwards has managed to score. Applying pressure, however, on Cathal Barrett. By and large, the 2 cornerbacks for Tipperary have had the edge there. But there's still plenty of time. And that one is fired in by Donal O'Grady, looking for another one, this time saved by Darren Gleeson. And they counter-attack immediately. Put the pressure on Gavin O'Mahony. Caught on there brilliantly by Bonnermar. Bonnermar once again hand-passing it across over here. Stepping away from trouble, Seamus Calnan, and Calnan beats the block and puts it over. He's got 5 points. That's the first of his points for the second half. First 3 were from frees. The last 2 have been from open play. He was completely open that time. Tom Conley went out to him, nobody able to get to him, and it's Tipperary who are ahead by 1.
Yeah, great work by Bonnermar again. There on Seamus Calnan again. Puts it over the bar.
There's a history these teams of finishing level in the championship. John O'Dwyer breezing in here. This is a really good opportunity. He's put it over the bar. Maybe there was a goal chance there, but he's got 5 points, 3 of them coming in the second half. And Tip are ahead by 2 with 11 minutes to go.
Yeah, decisive score. That's a goal and 7 points from play from that half-forward line. And that's the most effective line Tipperary have. Bonner Maher, John O'Dwyer and Garrod Ryan all doing very, very well.
Limerick thinking about a change. They will make a change very shortly. Right now it's Shane McGrath on here as far as Kieran Bergen, about to be pressurised. The pressure coming in from Graham Mulcahy is ineffective. Pressure now on Wayne McNamara. Again, it's Bonner Maher hand passing it back here. James Ryan comes in, can't take it this time. Instead it's Kieran Bergen, goes over the outstretched legs of a Limerick opponent, and it's going to be a free in. And it is hotting up quite considerably. Both players on occasions playing on the edge there. Referee having words, and indeed he's going to have more than words. He's got to speak here with Kieran Bergen. The hurley may have come out of his hand.
Yeah, I think it was after the free was given. I didn't know it was a free initially at all. It was a great passage, a tough play there, and then Kieran Bergen is pleading his innocence, but it's going to be a yellow card.
I think you might be saying, well, I was celebrating the fact that we got a free and a chance to get another score and just let it loose. See here, I think he was just
fell out
celebrating.
of his hand.
Yeah. Well, he got a yellow card for that. Anyway, it's a free in, Michael, and it means there'll be 3 between them. You're absolutely right. And 22 is about to come on for Tipperary, and that is Dennis Marr, cousin of Paddy Marr, of course. And the player going off is going to be Niall O'Mara. So, having been thrown in, one back by Limerick. Still 2 points between the teams. Tipperary are leading, and Paddy O'Brien knocks it forward 20 metres out from the Tipperary goal. And this time it breaks down here, and Graham Mulcahy on cue gets in for his first point of the match, and he does so with 8 minutes to go, and just 1 point now between the teams. 2:14 to 1:16. When it broke here, he was anticipating, and then he fired it off his left and beautifully over. Anybody's match. Back come Tipperary. And what about that for a reintroduction to the championship for Lar Corbett? Got loose, got a chance, got a point.
Yeah, Gerard, that's brought out the biggest cheer today. We've seen it many times over here. Great score over his right shoulder, and what a game we're having here in Thurles. Absolutely brilliant.
In points, it's 21 to 19. That's backed by Noel McGrath, playing that third midfield role effectively here. Down as far as Bonner Marr, laying it off here as far as Dennis Marr. So many Mars in this Tipperary side. In as far as Nicky Quaid. Quaid looking up now, just trying to place this in the optimum position. Straight down through the centre, read by Brendan Marr, but lost and covered by Michael Cahill. Good corner back play. Lost by John O'Dwyer, allowed to run on. Garrod Ryan's after it, got the stick to it. James Ryan's coming across to cover. Gets it under control, slipped a little hand pass back out again, and away out of danger by Paul Brown. Limerick trying to bridge the gap, 2 behind. Breaks down, Mulcahy scores! But the referee has blown his whistle. The referee has blown his whistle.
It's a big call, Gerard. He's saying he played the hurl in the air. We'll have to see it again. I thought maybe just Pádraig Maher was slightly out of position, and we'll watch it again coming in here now. Shane Dowling comes across. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Absolutely nothing.
Pádraig Maher went for the catch and he missed the ball. Watch it here.
Watch it close up.
Shane Dowling just put the hurl in across him. Go for the ball.
Fullback lost it. Simple
No
as
free.
that.
Fullback missed the ball in the air.
Should have been a goal, not allowed, and so still 2 between them. A let off for Tipperary.
That's a huge call
very,
in the
very
context of
unlucky
this
for
game.
Limerick. Shane Burke is going to come on now very shortly for Tipperary. They're going to make the changes late on towards Lar Corbett. This one flies, comes back down here, and that'll fire Limerick up again, I think, for renewed effort. Wayne McNamara back up towards Shane Dowling. This time Paddy Marr gets out, makes sure, sticks to his guns. The reinforcements arrive. Donald O'Grady for Limerick trying to get it in, Marr trying to get it out, helped out by Brendan Marr, out as far as Garrod Ryan, and Garrod Ryan drives it in to the 2-man inside forward line with the reinforcements set to arrive there as well. Back out as far as John O'Dwyer off his left-hand side, a score that Tipperary require. Well stopped by Nicky Quaid, it's just as well as a huge tall goalkeeper. Got it down, still 2 between them. Just 5.5 minutes are left, Munster semi-final. Thrilling game at Semple Stadium. James Ryan out here and hit in the end and hit wide. A wasted chance by Seamus Hickey.
Gerard, an amazing game. Tipperary have scored 2:15. They've scored 2:11 from play. Limerick have scored 1:16. They've only scored 7 points from play. Tip have outscored them by 10 points, yet there's only a couple of points in it, and Limerick should be leading. That goal shouldn't have been disallowed, and you know, hopefully this game doesn't come down to one wrong decision, because it's been an absolutely fantastic game. Here's Tom Conlon out, and he's dropped it out over the line. There's been a few mistakes.
We've just seen a substitution there, Michael. Conor O'Brien's come on in place of Michael Cahill. I can only assume it looked like a pull muscle maybe.
He got injured out, great covering there earlier in the half, and as you called it at the time, he looked to pull his calf muscle coming across.
Line ball to Tipperary, taken quickly by Noel McGrath. 5 minutes to go, counting down, and that one is going to drop to the left. It's gone wide. It's another wasted chance. 10 wides for Tipperary, 10 wides for Limerick. But the all-important scoreline concerning the management team of Tipperary is that scoreline you see there, 2:15 to 1:16. 2 between them. Tip trying to hold out, Limerick trying to come back. Kevin Downs Going to drift away to the left-hand side, harmlessly wide.
Yeah, Ger, it's one little thing on the game. Some of the frees have been very harmless. You know, there's times to go for the score, there's times to play the ball in, and some of the option taking has been wrong, but that's about the only thing. Outside of that, the commitment, the pace of the game, some of the scores and the tackling has been fantastic.
This was the disallowed
just
goal
watch Park,
again.
he dropped it out of his hand there. There was no foul whatsoever from Shane Dowling, and it was a perfectly good goal, and unfortunately now the ref has got that wrong. Because he's had a fine game, Barry Kelly, he's got most things right, but that's a huge call.
Tom Condon back forward. Interesting at this stage of the game, Michael, with 4 minutes to go. Limerick have brought on one sub. Last year they had more subs available to them. Simple fact.
Yeah, it's a fact. They've gone with their strongest 15, and it looks like they're going to stick with them now.
It's going to be a line ball, and it's a Tipperary line ball, which once again will be taken by Noel McGrath. He's got to be weary from these at the end of the 70 minutes. Heavily involved. It's a good one. All the way down towards Bonnermar. Goes chasing after it. The young army man pursuing Wayne McNamara of Limerick. Still McNamara. Vital clearance out of defence, but picked up here well. Nicely forward that time by Conor O'Mahony, playing at wing back. Possibly not his natural position. Dennis Marr steps in and he fires it beautifully high and over. First contribution since coming on as a substitute for Niall O'Mara. Dennis Marr steps away past Tom Condon, and now there are three between them.
I'd say he's a player, Gerard, that's very disappointed that he didn't start for Tipperary today. Dennis Maher, outstanding with Thurles Sarsfields over the last number of years. He had a very good league campaign, but just didn't make the cut, but that's a great score by him now as well.
Shane Burke has come on. He's come on in place of John O'Dwyer, who scored 5 points in this match. Just goes to show you what Tip have available to them. At the other end, Kevin Downs shows what Limerick have got. Downs, they need something. Dowling, 20 metres out, go! Second goal of the game for Shane Dowling, and it's come in the 68th minute. He's got 2 goals and 9 points. What a performance. Teams are level for the 9th time. Does any team deserve to lose here?
Fantastic goal, Jared. Kevin Downs made a great run, but watch Shane Dowling moves back out the field to make room for himself and crashes to the roof of the net, and it's all, Limerick deserved that after the other goal, and look, maybe a draw would be the fairest result again this week.
Oh dear. Munster Council will be interested. There's still a few minutes left. Still a few false scores to go. Shane McGrath, pressurised strongly. Still McGrath, still going. Last year's captain. Little blocking it in the end there by Paul Brown. He's worked his socks off. And Nicky Quaid has done well in goal. Back out here as far as Brown. What an engine this man has got. Back up here towards Donald O'Grady. Brilliant captain last year. Couldn't take that one. Instead it's Noel McGrath from 65 metres out. Lets it in. And it's Quaid's, and again, cool, calm, collected, and delivered with pinpoint accuracy all the way down towards Declan Hannon that time. Couldn't take it. Bergen did. Back out as far as Garrod Ryan in the 70th minute. Backs chasing back. Bonnermar, number 11, chasing in there, just in case there was a chance. There wasn't. Mopped up well by Wayne McNamara. Back out here as far as Donald O'Grady. O'Grady, ahead of him there is Conor O'Mahony of Tipperary. Up into the sky it goes. There are 4 against 3. Paddy Marr is one of the 4 from Tipperary. Ruggedly taking out, indestructible. They try everything and anything to stop him. Tom Ryan eventually fouls him, and it's a free to Tipperary. 20 seconds of the 70 minutes to go, 2:16 to 2:16. Is there a winner?
Big call again. I thought he was struggling to get away from him there, Ger. I don't see any foul there. He was over carrying the ball, he couldn't get away from him, and that was no free.
Free has been given, however. It's to be taken by Noel McGrath. 2 minutes of added time, got to be played. All or nothing here now, folks. Noel McGrath positions it over there, dodging around to Shane Burke. Oftentimes the sub. Can he become the hero? Drops it in, drops it. They're undecided. Eventually it's waved wide. They took a couple of moments there to make up their mind on that one, the 2 umpires. No joy for Shane Burke, stays as it is. Now there's a change being made there, as you can see, number 18. Tom Stapleton has come in place of number 20, I think. It's Shane McGrath who's got off. Back come Limerick. Tom Ryan puts it over. The substitute. What a contribution. 2:17 to 2:16. The Munster champions from last year are ahead. There's 1 minute still to go.
Yeah, Gerald, great first touch, and he took it out to his left-hand side, straight over the bar. A great score. Can Tip get an equaliser now?
That's the big question. Neither side would really deserve to lose this match, but it's not about sentiment, it's about winning it at this stage. Tip had one chance, might have another one. Shane Burke, high, away to the left and wide. The cheering you are hearing is by and large from the mouths and the throats of Limerick fans here in their thousands at Semple Stadium.
But Jared, poor option there by Dennis Maher. If you could see inside, Kieran Bergen had made a run. There was nobody within 30 yards of him. All he had to do was slip a pass into him and he was straight through on goal.
Michael Ryan comes on, final sub, 20 seconds to go. They're ahead by 1. 2:17 to 2:16. Player off. Graham Mulcahy. From the spot out, Tip simply have to get it. Limerick want to try and hold it. Loose ball, Paddy Marr looked me into the back that time, got it however. Still a few seconds to go. We're over the 2 minutes of added time. James Ryan just trying to adjust his positioning here. Reads the flight path of it well. In as far as Wayne McNamara, a fumbled hand pass, almost lost. Collected however once again. Off they come once more. It's Seamus Hickey. Hickey to absolutely ensure Limerick's passage to a Munster final. Most unlikely. 7-2 outsiders before the start of play. Tip under pressure. Tip are out of the Munster Championship. Limerick have won. A wonderful victory here. They've won by 2 points. They beat Tipperary, and in the process they make a very positive start to the retention of their Munster title. They beat Tipperary and Thurles for the first time in the championship since 1973. Another championship defeat for Tipperary. Limerick march on. They're in the Munster final in 6 weeks' time. What a finale. What a second half. Some tremendous performances.
Well, Gerald, look at it, had everything. It had absolutely everything. But I mentioned Seamus Hickey going to the middle of the field with Noel McGrath, and to finish the game with a score like that he would power through the middle, over the bar, that epitomised that game to me. That is one of the best games of hurling, particularly that second half, that I've seen in a long, long time. The fitness levels, the commitment, the heart of all players and subs that come on there on both sides was incredible. I think the best team won because Limerick, they got the crucial goal that was disallowed. They didn't let it affect them. They kept going, and in the end Tipperary took a couple of poor options. They brought on all their subs, but Limerick had the greater heart, and that's what told in the end in what was an epic Munster Championship game.
There is nothing like the Munster Championship, and it finishes here. Limerick still the champions. Limerick 2-18. Tipperary 2-16.